I have a mustache. Ginger Runner. What's up everybody, Ethan Newberry and my mustache here for another GingerRunner.com review. Today we are reviewing the ECCO BIOM EVO RACER Lite. You know, this is the first shoe that I've actually reviewed from the brand ECCO. I'm so familiar with the brand because I feel like I grew up with my dad wearing those shoes. They last forever, they're amazingly high quality. I had no idea that they were into running shoes until a couple of years ago when I saw them on store shelves. Now, I'm holding a pair in my hands and I've had the chance to try them out for myself. And you know what? I was surprised. They're not that bad. I'll be totally honest, I had my doubts. For a shoe company coming from regular everyday walking shoes, grown-up shoes, to jump into the lightweight running shoe category is, in my mind, a huge leap, but they have a success here. I do have some quibbles? I do have some quibbles with it. The shoe's utilizing some cool technology that ECCO has developed. They're using an all polyurethane midsole material. You can see all the yellow is just essentially polyurethane as opposed to EVA, which is supposed to bring more life to the shoe, more rigidity and responsiveness, as well as lightness. Does it succeed? Let's find out. Things I like about the ECCO BIOM EVO RACER Lite. I actually really like the fit. It has this wonderful burrito upper that we've come to love on various shoes and come to hate on others. In this case, I like it. It actually works. The burrito layer comes over the lateral side of the foot, and I really dig that feature. It almost feels like you're sliding on a thick sock. Responsive. As I mentioned before, the polyurethane midsole material, and apparently outsole, it's all just one piece, is extremely responsive. If you're watching this video and going, what does responsive mean? What does that mean? It's like while you're running and your foot hits the ground, it's almost like it instantly wants to spring back up. It's a stiffer ride, so be prepared for that. It's not gonna be that soft, squishy EVA foam that we've all come to love and let our feet just feel enraptured in. This shoe you have to work in, all right? It's great for a high cadence, it's great for speed work, it's great for fast runners and really efficient runners. That polyurethane is pretty dynamite stuff. Moderately flexible. You'll notice that the shoe is pretty damn flexible right here in the forefoot, not so much in the midfoot. It's actually pretty hard to flex that shoe in the midfoot area, but laterally, it's pretty good as well. That polyurethane outsole midsole material is really springy in the sense that once you do flex it, it wants to just get right back to its original position. Fast. The shoe is fast. If you have a nice, efficient form, you're a good midfoot, forefoot striker, you're gonna excel in this shoe. I don't wanna go as far as to say this is a racing flat. For me, that shoe would be a lot lower to the ground. This has a 5mm drop. A racing flat would have less than that. It would be lighter and the upper would be much more minimal. And finally, very little wear and tear on the outsole material. The polyurethane, which again is all just one piece here, I barely have worn into this thing and I already have 40, 50 miles on it. But there are some things that I dislike. The arch. Now the arch on these shoes was one of the first things I noticed as soon as I slipped it on. You can see this little piece of polyurethane here come up on the arch. It's not that it's super stiff, it's just that it's very noticeable. If you have low or flat arches, this is not the shoe for you. I have fairly high medium arches and I felt it and I did not like it. Heavy. The shoe is right around 10 ounces. I think it's like 9.6, 9.8 ounces for a size 10.5. And that is too heavy. That's too heavy for a road shoe that calls itself a racer. The upper's a little too thick. The materials are very reminiscent of early Newton shoes where it's a little bit rougher, a little bit thicker than it needs to be. As I'm holding it, I feel like the heel is weighing down a good couple ounces heavier than the front. And for a shoe that should be for a midfoot or forefoot striker, what's going on back there? Why so much in the heel? Come on. Heel drop. It's 5mm. I'm not a big fan of anything over 4mm. There are exceptions to that rule. I have run on a number of shoes that have higher heel drops than 4mm, up to 8mm, that still feel like less. This shoe has 5mm and feels like more. Harsh ride at times. Now there's no insole on this shoe. There's a thin layer of fabric sewn right into the polyurethane there along the bottom. There's no insole, so you're not getting any additional cushioning. Your feet have to be conditioned before you run in this shoe. Your feet will be fatigued before you know it, purely because they're working a little bit harder than they would normally in an EVA-based shoe. Upper stiffness. Now I mentioned it before, the stiffness of the upper can cause some issues on the top of your foot just with fatigue on the skin itself. Again, it's similar to the Newton shoes, the early Newton shoes where they had that mesh, that net mesh as the upper material. I wouldn't recommend going barefoot in this shoe. Some of this material can be kind of harsh. Hopefully they fix that in future iterations and hopefully they make this upper a lot more minimal. But otherwise, I'm not a terribly big fan of the materials used in the upper. And finally, the heel. As much as I like the way that it fits and locks you in there, it's too big. It's too heavy. So that's it for likes and dislikes with the ECCO BIOM EVO RACER Lite. It's definitely different than any sort of EVA-based shoe that I run in currently. I would definitely recommend trying these on, running for a couple miles in them before you purchase, just so you can make sure that it's something that you might want to pursue. I'm being nitpicky with a couple of the items on the shoe. They're in my rotation. I have fun with them. They're a fast little shoe. Good job, ECCO. And welcome to the running world. As with all of my reviews, we have to get to the points. Quality. You know, I'm actually gonna go out on a limb and give these guys 4 out of 5. I think the quality of the shoe is dynamite. The wear and tear is next to nil. The upper has no signs of fraying or any sort of abuse. I just have to mark them down for the weight and the design of the arch. That's basically it, 4 out of 5. Comfort. I'm gonna say 3 out of 5. It's kind of between a 3 and a 4, but I'm gonna downgrade them a little bit just because it does take a bit of adaptation to get used to the shoe. Price, 4 out of 5. I've seen these guys for just under $100, which is a great price. You can't beat it. You can't beat a good pair of running shoes that has a sole that's gonna last forever for under $100. 4 out of 5. And finally, looks. I'm gonna be pretty harsh on these guys. 3 out of 5. With all these little hoop-de-doos and wally-daws, it almost looks like some sort of therapy shoe, some sort of like therapeutic, help me get back into running type of shoe. And I think they can be a little bit more aggressive and brave than that. That brings our grand total to 14 out of 20 for the ECCO BIOM EVO RACER Lite. It's a great score for this shoe. I'm really excited to see what else they have up their sleeves as far as shoes are concerned coming out soon. I know they make a trainer version of this. I feel like this is the trainer version. I would love for them to make a nice lightweight, minimal racing flat. I'd be really curious to see how that goes with the 0 drop, right? Polyurethane outsole. Really thin, minimal upper. That'd be dope. So that's it for today's review. You guys, have you run in any ECCO shoes? Have you run in this shoe? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And if you like this video, please favorite it, like it, and share it. See, sharing is the most important thing in this whole world of YouTube, because if other people see that I do these cool reviews, and they'll want to come and join the community. I want to continue to create this community. Speaking of which, I'm on all those social networks. You can follow me on Twitter @TheGingerRunner. You can follow me over on Facebook, facebook.com/TheGingerRunner. Instagram @EthanNewberry, and of course, GingerRunner.com, where I'm posting blogs, reviews, and all that good stuff all the time. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. You'll see videos every single week, sometimes more than one. And we have lots of fun around here. Just ask anyone in the comments, now that it's all Google+. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are getting out there, training hard, racing harder, and partying the damn hardest. Train race beer. We'll see you next time. Peace.